bottom of the next exhalation, lowering your head and opening your eyes. And then coming off your block, whichever you're sitting on, do our hip stretches. So cross at the shins, so don't just cross at the ankles, you want to cross the shins so the feet are quite far apart, and then lift your hips up and take them back a little so the front shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat. Then lift your chest, start to lean forward, so squeeze the core, lift up the pelvic floor, reach your fingertips in front of you and walk them away, slide them away, relax your head, so just as far as you can go where you'll feel as you reach the chest forward, slide the shoulder blades down your back, relax your head, but feel, as you press the fingertips down, you can feel that hip stretch. Then bring your fingertips back up, lean back, change to cross the other leg in front, again a deep cross, the shins, and have the front shin parallel to the front of the mat. Lift up through the chest, lean forward. So pressing through the tailbone, so you're grounding your bottom, then reach your fingertips away, relax your head, shoulders away from ears. Trying to roll the front of the hips forward to deepen the stretch. Okay, then walking the hands back, coming to child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. Sitting back, reach your hands, slide the hands forward, palms down, lift your forearms, so arms are straight, elbows lifted. So press the palms down and then slide them away from you. Sink your tailbone towards your heels. Feel that stretch in your spine. And then coming up into tabletop, so knees under hips, hands under shoulders, tuck your toes under, inhale to cow, look up, tip the tailbone up, exhale, tailbone goes under, rounding through the back, squeeze the core, relax your head, follow your own breath, inhale, looking up. Exhale, arching to cat. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale, curling in. Once more. And then coming back to neutral. Taking the right arm forward, left foot back. So turn the palm to face inwards, reach through the fingertips, and then internally rotate the back thigh, so the toes and the knee pointing down. Squeeze your core, gaze is just down, so the neck is long. Even though the right hand is reaching away, try and draw that shoulder back a little. One more breath. Exhale, release. Other side. Left arm forward. Roll the right thigh under you. So trying to get the heel in line with the hip, but try not to sag through the belly, so you want to squeeze the core. Breathe nice and deep. And then exhale. Release. So keep both hands on the mat. Take your left leg back. Just touch, so pressing through the toes, ball of the foot onto the mat. And then level your hips. through the left heel, so feel a stretch. So you're kind of pushing through your palms, straight arms, and then push back into that left heel. Keep leveling the hips. Inhale, bring the left knee next to the right. Take the right leg, the right foot back. Again, start to level the hips. Push through the right heel, but activate the thigh, so it's like you want to lift the kneecap almost. Press through the palms, feel that stretch. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Walk your hands out to puppy pose, so the hands go in front. Hips stay above knees, but you're going to bring your forehead down to the mat. Straight arms. If you feel you can't quite get there, the head's dangling, then put your head onto the block or a cushion, but let the armpits sink towards the mat. Feel that stretch through the tops of the shoulders. And then inhale, coming up, walk back into tabletop, slide the right hand under to lower the right shoulder onto the mat. Bring the left, come up onto the left fingertips in front of your face, the left elbow pointing up. So trying to roll as much as you can onto the right shoulder. Feel that stretch up through the side body, a little twist. Play around with if it helps to flatten the feet or move the knees back slightly. Just seeing how you can get that shoulder stretch. Okay, then press the left palm down. Lifting the right shoulder, the right hand up, come back to neutral. And then other side, slide the back of the left hand through. Revolve. So you might feel better if you take your knees back slightly, just whatever feels that you can roll onto that shoulder, stretch. Inhale, press the right palm down, lifting back up to tabletop, and then come to stand, front of the mat. So standing mountain. That alignment as you lift up the kneecaps, and it's like opposite forces, so you feel as if it's almost like you're not just standing here, you're pressing down through the feet like you would do if you were in down dog with your hands, like you're pressing down. Feel the energy lifting up. Lift the kneecaps, pelvic floor, and just soft gaze, drishti, in a fixed point in front of you. Okay, 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Uttanasana, float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to Chaturanga. Lowering to Cobra or flip the feet for Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. 3 breaths. Place your hands well. You can walk the dog. Feel through the calves, the back of the leg. And inhaling up on your toes, bend your knees deeply, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, tip the tailbone up, float forward, feel the backs of the legs, you can bend your knees if you need to. Inhale to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra, elbows drawing down towards the waist, press the tops of the feet and the the pubic bone down. And then lowering, tuck the toes under, inhale, lift the hips. 3 breaths. And down dog. Inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees, step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar B, so with chair pose and warrior 1. So feet hip distance apart. Inhale to chair pose. Bring your arms up. Draw the knees back slightly, neutral through the hips. And gazes between your thumbs. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Come through Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Warrior 1 on the right side. So lift your right leg up. Roll the right knee forward to bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the left heel down. Come up into Warrior 1. So the hips revolve to the front. Bring your arms up. Push through the left heel. Sink through the right knee. Exhale. Palms down. Step back. Lower through low press up. Chaturanga. Inhale. So you need to choose whether you're doing Cobra or Up Dog. If you do Up Dog, with straight arms, you don't lower your hips to the mat. If you're in Cobra, you keep your elbows bent. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your hips. Warrior 1 on the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Knee to nose, left foot between your hands. Drop the right heel down, come up into Warrior 1. So draw the right side of the hip forward, the left thigh bone up into the hip socket. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, palms down, step back, lowering through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Take 3 breaths. Inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Oh, sorry. Inhale, chair pose. You beat me. Squeeze the thighs. Palms together at your heart center. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm going to watch you now, but I'll call you, lead you through the second round of Surya Namaskar B. Okay. So standing in mountain. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Step back to plank and lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Warrior 1 on the right side. So bring the right foot up behind you and then knee to nose in plank. Place the foot between your hands, coming up, drop the left heel down, hips level to the front, hands to, bring your arms up, Anna, if you can. And then exhale, palms down, step back to plank, lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, very good. Exhale to down dog. Warrior one on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg, knee to nose in plank, and then foot between your hands. Drop the right heel down, coming up to warrior one. Anna, you might find it easier to take your right foot a little bit more to the right, so you're not on train tracks, you're a bit apart. It helps with the balance. Very good. But the toes pointing forward. Yeah. And then palms, exhale, palms down. Sorry, I'm messing you around. Palms down, step back to plank. Lowering through cobra, through chaturanga to cobra or up dog on the inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. And then inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, bend your knees, come into chair pose, Utkatasana, and then squeeze your thighs, standing up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Well done. So, you can do another two rounds of, this time, a variation on the sun salutes. So, just getting all the joints. Hold on, sorry.
Sorry, forgot.
Sorry about the yelling from the house guests. It's like wagging the fingers out the door. Okay, so we're going to go through a few lunging sun salutes. So standing in mountain, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, but hold here, breathe deeply. You want to press your palms together, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Squeeze your thighs and your glutes, lift your chest, you're looking up at your thumbs, and then exhale, tip the tailbone up, float forward. You can bend your knees a little, bring your fingertips down, take the right foot back, runner's lunge. Feet hip distance apart, up on the back toes of the back foot, or the ball of the back foot. So left knee above left ankle, but sink the hips, reach the chest forward. Breathing nice and deep. And then right palm down, under right shoulder, roll, twist the left arm up. Keep sinking the hips, squeeze the thighs to the midline. Then exhale, palms down, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Then inhale, lower the left heel to the mat, raise the right leg, point, so bend the right knee as you roll the right hip open, so the right toe is pointing behind you. If you want to take wild thing, you can, otherwise stay here. So that means revolving on the ball of the left foot to drop the right toe behind. Lifting the hips, reaching the right arm behind you, otherwise you'll stay where you are. And then rolling that leg back round into downward dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Lower, 3 chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Now wait here in cobra a moment. So if you're in up dog, lower to cobra. Forgot about that bit. So you want to hug your elbows into your side, draw them down your back, reach your chest between your arms. And then we're going to roll the right shoulder and the right ear towards the mat. Inhale, lift. Press the pubic bone down, level the shoulders, and then exhale, roll the left shoulder down the left ear. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll right shoulder, right ear. Last one, coming up, level. Squeeze the elbows down towards the waist. Turn the left shoulder in. Lower the left ear to the mat. Come back to centre. Tuck the toes under, lifting up into down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift the right leg up, lower the left heel to the mat. And then roll forward into plank, right knee to nose. Place the right foot between your hands. Feet hip distance apart. Squeeze the glutes, coming up into high lunge. And then take the right arm back, left arm forward. So squeeze the thighs towards each other, towards the midline. Squeeze the shoulder blades and lower shoulders away from ears. And then exhale, fingertips back down to the front. Step the left foot forward. And just ragdoll a moment. So you're going to bend your knees, relax your chest towards your thighs, bring your hands behind your head. And just clasp your hands behind your head, bring your elbows towards each other. And just feel that lengthening through the spine, your neck. Then release your hands down, lift through the thighs, inhale, rising up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, inhaling, your arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Then bend your knees, fingertips down, take the left foot back, feet hip distance apart, runner's lunge. Sink the hips as you lift the back thigh. Reach the chest forward. So really feel, it's as if you're squeezing your shins towards each other. Feel the inner thighs activate. And then exhale, left palm down. Twist the right arm up. So squeeze the thighs to the midline. Reach your chest forward. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Look up. If the neck's tight, you can just look to the side. Keep lifting through the back thigh. Right knee above right ankle. And then exhale. Palms down. You're going to step back to down dog. Inhale, lower the right heel to the mat. Lift the left leg up, bend the left knee, point the toe behind you. Press through the palms, roll the left hip open. If you want to take Wild Thing, that's with rolling across the ball of the right foot to drop the left foot behind you. Reach the left arm up, open through the chest, lift the hips. So you should be on the side edge of the right foot. And then inhale, roll that thigh back round, come back into down dog. Take 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, lift the left leg up, lower the right heel. Then roll forward into plank, left knee to nose, left foot between your hands. Feet hip distance apart and come up into high lunge. So here it's like lift up through the back thigh, sink the hips. And your gaze should be on your thumbs. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. And then inhale. And as you exhale, take the left arm back, right arm forward, squeeze the thighs to the midline, lift the chest, look behind you. Well done, everyone. And then inhale, cartwheel the hands, palms down, step back to plank. Roll, or lower through chaturanga, and then lower to the mat. Inhale to cobra. And this time, you're going to lower the chest and bring your arms behind you. You can rest your head down. So we're going to come up into locust. So the hands, backs of the hands are down, straight arms. Activate the legs. So you've pressed the tops of the feet down, so the kneecaps lift. Press the pubic bone down, and then inhale, lift your head. Look, the gaze is just down, and then exhale. And the next inhale, lift your feet and your arms. Really draw the arms towards the toes and roll the thighs under you so the knees point downwards. 3, keep breathing. 2, 1, and then exhale, turn your head onto the other cheek. 2 breaths. And then we're going to do it again. So bring the head back to center, gaze is down. Inhale, lift. Shalabhasana, this is locust. Roll the thighs under you. Press the pubic bone down, reach the chest forward, roll the shoulder blades. Slide them down your back. 1 more breath. And then exhale. Bring your hands back beside your rib cage, tuck your toes under. Inhale, lifting up into down dog. Take 2 more breaths. And then inhaling, come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Well done. So standing, we're going to do a little bit like we did last Thursday, so a few repetitions of the same pose. So we're going to do the knee hug to warrior 3. So that means you'll hug the knee in and then you'll take the right leg back. But you want to do with warrior 3, you're trying to get to, so it's with the thigh rolled under, so internally. So the heel goes back, you roll. So instead of the leg out to the side, roll the toes under. So the thigh rolls under, lift the heel up. And you're going to try and get, ideally, the heel in line with the hips and the shoulders. So you can have your hands here or here, whichever you feel better, or the full pose is the arms are forward in line with the heel. So find your, where you think, but we're going to do 5 on each side, and so we'll start with, so if that's too much, then you just take your level where you think it's rough, it feels good for you. Okay, standing in mountain. Inhale, lift the right knee, hug it in, and then try not to touch the right toes down. You're going to release the knee, point the right toe, take it back into warrior 3. So take your hands to wherever you feel is good. If you want to release the arms forward, and then inhale, come again, lift the knee up, and then come back into warrior 3. Oh, I can't do it and watch you at the same time. So really trying to squeeze the thigh, lift up. Well done. And then bringing the right knee forward, 3rd time. Don't forget to breathe. Hug the knee in, really lifting the chest up. Squeeze the core. Exhale, take the right foot back into warrior 3. Trying to level the hips. Last one, well done. Bring the knee up. Use your breath. Take the leg back into warrior three. And then inhale, standing up, hands to hips, float the right foot next to the left. Well done. So we're going to go other side. So, so inhaling, lift the left knee. Think about where you want to take your hands this time, and then point the toe, take the left leg back, and then flex at the ankle, lift up through the standing leg, roll the thigh under you. Inhale, stand up, bring the left knee forward. Take the left leg back. So really use your breath to control it nice and steady. And lifting the knee up, third time. The breath, come back into warrior three. Lift up through the back thigh, then inhale, bring the knee up. And take the leg back. Last one. Well done, bring the leg forward. Give your legs a shake. Okay. So we're going to then step from the front of the mat. I'm going to step the left foot out and come into goddess. So feet are wide, toes pointing out. Got equipment fail today, leggings and top going in opposite directions. Okay, so sit. You're trying to draw your knees out towards your toes and sit down. And then inhale, squeeze your glutes, straighten your legs, lift your arms up, hands to touch. And then down again, so now arms go wide, sit down, feel the inner thighs stretch. But when you come up, make sure you're using your thighs and your glutes. You don't just want to snap the knees back, so don't hyperextend. So squeezing the thighs, inhale, come up. Straight legs, palms to touch. Exhale, goddess squat, arms wide. And inhale, come up. Straight legs, arms to touch. Do one more. Squat down as low as you can. Try and draw the knees back slightly. Any pain in the knees, come out of it. They're hopefully going in the general direction of the toes. Then inhale, come up, squeeze the thighs, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Turn your feet parallel. So that's the outside edge of the feet parallel. And then you're going to reach the right palm down. So you want to try and tip your tailbone up, draw the front of the hips down. You can bend your knees slightly if you need to. Reach the right palm below your face. And then twist up left palm. So push through the right palm. Reach the tailbone away from the crown of the head, so long through the spine, and then squeeze your core. Look up at your left hand. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale. And then exhale, palms down. Bring the left palm under your face. Lift up through your thighs, engage your core, pelvic floor, navel to spine, and then bring the right arm up. Twist up. Shoulders away from ears. And then exhale, bring your palms down, squeeze your thighs and shins towards each other, slide your fingertips back in line with your toes. So you're trying to press the palms down but push them away from you towards the towards the edge of the mat. Lift your hips, hug your elbows towards each other. That's it. And then inhale, come up onto your fingertips, squeeze your thighs towards each other, lift your pelvic floor, bring your hands to your hips, halfway lift. Gazes down, flat back, and then bend your knees slightly, coming up. We lost you, Alison. Okay, and then heel-toe your feet together. There she is. Okay, coming to the front of the mat. Bend your knees, palms down, step back to down dog. Then come, lower your knees but hovering just off the mat into so bear. We did this the other day. So squeezing your core, so hands under shoulders, knees should be pretty much under hips, but squeeze your core, your knees are lifted. And then you're going to step back, right, left and right feet back into plank. Squeeze the outer hips, roll the thighs under you, push through the heels. Inhale, lift into down dog. Okay, exhale and then inhale, come back into bear. Lower the knees. So you're pushing out between the shoulder blades, so rounding out between the shoulder blades. Engage your core. Step back into plank. So plank. So roll forward there, Anna, that's it. And then lift your hips, come into down dog. Come into child's pose for a moment. Drop your knees, toes touching. Take your arms where it feels good, they can come behind you. It's better. While you're there, I'm just running to get a charger. Hold on. As you are, as you are. From child's pose, come up, get your palms as if you're going to come into down, or actually come into down dog. Then bring the right palm slightly more to the centre. We're going to come into side plank. So roll forward, turn onto the outside edge of the right foot. If you need to modify, then bring the left foot forward, bend the knee. So you can use a kickstand. If not, come onto the edge of the feet and lift your left arm up. If you either stay here, if you can, if you've got both feet together, try and lift your left leg. 3, 2, 1. Place the foot down, come back into down dog. Then inhale, left side plank. So left palm down, roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Squeeze the hips, reach the top arm up or hand to hip. If you can, you'll lift the top leg. 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet back down, left hand down, then come back into down dog. Okay, then coming from down dog, you're going to roll forward into plank, and then come down. If you can do it either both arms down or bring one forearm down then the other. But keep your hips up. This is dolphin for a minute. So dolphin, walk your toes in. So you're lifting your hips up. Relax your head down. Lift your heels and your hips so you're walking your toes, stretching through the shoulders. And then walk your feet back to plank. Cross the right arm in front of you. You're going to come into side plank. So right arm, roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. Left hand to hip or raise the left arm up. Squeeze that, so you're pushing through the soles of your feet, squeezing the thighs towards each other. Lift the right hip. And then roll back round into forearm plank. Alison, if you need to drop your knees or one knee at any point, then see you on your tummy. Okay, if you can hold it, we're going to hold in forearm plank. And then, very good, hold it. So 2 more breaths. And then we're going to go onto the left side. So cross the left forearm in front of you. Roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Right hand goes up. Can you lift that leg? 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Come back into child's pose. So Alison, if that one doesn't feel good, then you can always come into another weight bearer, because I think you can go on your forearms, can't you? Is it your wrists that?
It's just the top of my back, Emma. So since I go down low, it's just across the top of my back. That's all. So I just have to stop between my shoulders. It's just where I've been sat today, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, but maybe cobra then, because to stretch out, to work through the back, to lift the chest. Okay, and
Close to the floor.
yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, so rolling onto our backs. Come into bridge, so bring your heels to where you can touch them, arms by your side. Inhale, press the lower back into the mat, and then lift your hips up. Take hold, clasp your hands underneath, roll onto the tops of the arms. Squeeze, so press your fists down and push them towards your toes. Lift your hips a little more. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Push through your heels. And then exhale, remove your hands, lower down through the vertebrae, hips coming down last. And then again, inhale, press the lower back down, peel the hips up, gently squeeze the glutes, push through the soles of the feet or the heels. Clasp your hands under you. And then you're going to lift the right leg up, bend the knee. And lower, also, sorry, you have to take your hands out. Just gently lower the hips to almost touching the mat and then lift up again. You can just keep that leg bent. Lowering down, squeeze the glutes. Glute. So Really pressing through the sole of the foot and trying to keep the hips as level as possible. So once more, then lower the right foot down, exhale, lower through the vertebrae. Let the breath settle. Inhale, lift your hips. Press through the heel of the right foot, lift the left leg up, bend the knee slightly, then using the breath, exhaling down and inhale, lift, use your glutes. Okay, good, keep squeezing, 2 more. Exhale, lower the right leg down, the left leg, sorry, relax your hips and then take your feet apart, knock your knees together, hands to your belly. Roll onto your side. Sorry, left side. Just to give you one. So have your feet together, right hand in front of you, and then inhale, lift, and lower slowly the top leg. But keep the foot flexed. Focus your attention on the outside of your hips, so your glute medius, the outside. Okay, 2 more. Okay, then lie down, so your arm for a pillow. Squeeze the thighs, so squeeze the thighs towards each other, engage your core, and then lift both feet, if you can, off the mat. 3, 2, 1, lower them down. Then again, inhale, lift. 3, 2, 1, and lower. 1 more, inhale, lift. 3, 2, 1, then lower. Then roll onto your back. So lift your legs straight up, and if depending on how strong you feel your core is, as long as you're able to connect your lower back to the mat, you don't feel like the weight is dumping into your lower back, then you can try and take both legs, otherwise do one at a time. But you're going to lower them, if you can, towards the mat, and then lift back up. But try and do it, don't swing them back up, nice and steady. Really engage the core, relax your jaw. Okay, if you're doing one leg, then change sides. Really paying attention to the lower back. So try and keep the legs straight, If you can't keep the legs straight, then put the other foot on the ground. Just do one leg. Okay. And Kate, you're done. You can rest your feet down. Okay, and release. It's the slower, the better really. Now you're going to roll onto your right side. Same thing on the other side. Firstly, flex your feet, hug the legs towards each other, and then you're going to lift the top leg, but steady. Push through the sole of the foot, use the outer hip, nice and slow. So you're not using momentum to swing the leg up. Okay, 2 more. Okay, then rest your head on your arm, flex the feet, draw the thighs towards each other, and then inhale, lift both your feet. 3, 2, 1, lower them down. Inhale, lift. 3, 2, 1, lower down. Last one, inhale, lift. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Okay, then roll onto your front and come up onto your knees. And we're just going to have a little go at Bakasana before we rest, so crow pose. Anna, have you done this one? Have you done crow arm balance? Okay. So we'll just have a little go. If you want to get a block and a cushion to which might be able to help. So the cushion is in case you fall on your face, and the block is to help lift your hips. So, but firstly, just give your wrists a little shake, and of course, if you don't want to do this, then you can just lie on your back, hug your knees in, take a restorative pose. But so the block is to help raise your hips, but you want to take your knees wide. So we're on the block, and then take the knees out wide. If you haven't got a block, it doesn't matter. But so you want to really use your pelvic floor engaged. So this is about balance, it's not about strength. Well, it's obviously partly about strength, but so place your hands well, as in down dog, just shoulder width apart. Squeeze your knees into your upper arms. So you want to get your bottom a lot lower and come up on your heels. So on the balls of your feet. Okay, so then you can lift your hips. Keep hugging the elbows in. Hug the elbows towards each other. So forearms should almost be parallel, and knees go as high up as possible, and then just tip. But you want to look up, because if you look behind you, you might do a forward roll. And then see if you can lift one foot. And then the other. So we're not trying to take off, it's just feel that energy, like Alison, if your back is sore today, it's really connecting. So feel, you know, we do the punch and plug, so when you want to be able to round out between your shoulder blades, so you're not sinking through the chest. Look up. So Anna, so if you, so look up, and so it's not just, what it is not just like this, you're totally connected. So you need your, as you lift your hips, you're resting, so it's almost like you're leaning forward onto your arms. I'm not saying you'll come to float, but you really need to squeeze your pelvic floor, navel to spine, look up, look forward, hug it in. And rather than like taking the feet up, this is just a practice. As you lean forward instead of hopping, the weight, as you look up and lean forward, the weight will transfer, but you need to get your knees a lot higher. Okay, I can't really see because you're face on to me, but how's it going? Yes. Woohoo! Well done, very good. Yeah, so Anna, hug your, so see how high, without taking your feet off, how high can you get your hips? Look forward. Sink your chin. You've got to, before you try and lift your feet, you've got to get your, so you're like this. There's a lot of space here. So you need this. You need to be like a little ball. Squeeze and lift your hips up. Now lift your bottom up. Lift up, lift up, lift. No. Oh, it's so hard, isn't it, when you can't. Well done. Okay, good effort. That's called crow pose, Bakasana. Right, so come to lie down on the mat for relaxation. Actually, we'll just do it, before we go into relaxation, we'll just do a little stretch out. So take your arms wide. Take your feet to the outer edges of the mat first, and then just bend your knees, drop your knees to the left. Just need to stretch out your core a little. You can bring the left ankle on top of right thigh, if that feels good. And then change sides. Okay, and now come into, excuse me, Shavasana, relaxation. So allowing the breath to settle. Really using the exhalation, so as you feel, as the breath leaves, allow every muscle to soften, release, feel that connection to the mat, the earth. starting to move fingers and toes. When you're ready, rolling onto your right side for a moment. And then coming to a seated position, facing me. Keep your eyes closed. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your